It made the following general observations. Number one, contrary to Article 75 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, all the 12 honorable members demeaned the offices they hold by conducting themselves in a manner constituting a breach of privileges in clear violation of Section 16 of the Powers and Privileges County Assemblies Act 2017 by defying a resolution of the County Assembly that declared Bunge Mashinani illegal, referred to Annex 2. The following are the instances where the honorable members participated in Bunge Mashinani, thus demeaning the office they hold and in complete disregard of the Assembly resolutions. 1. There are videos where the members participated in Bunge Mashinani. There is Annex 3 and the details there. 2. These honorable members, by dint of participating in the Bunge Mashinani, have unlawfully and illegally approved. There's Annex number 4. A. The first Nyamira County supplementary budget estimates for the financial year 2024-2025. B. Vetted and approved the Nyamira and the Koroka municipality boards. C. Purported to have approved the County Fiscal Strategy Paper 2025 and the other illegalities. These activities have been termed as null and void by the Bomet High Court in a judgment of 4 June 2025. There is Annex B and Annex 5, 2025, KEHC 7765 KLR. 2. All the 12 honorable members have more than once missed 8 consecutive sittings in violation of Article 1941B of the Constitution of Kenya, without permission in writing of the Speaker of the Assembly, as per Annex 1A1 and per below table. There's a table there, Mr. Speaker, showing the honorable members, the sittings missed, and page 15 has the details, Mr. Speaker, of the names of the respective members of the County Assembly and the specific dates that have been enumerated and shown, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these are 3 sets of unattended 8 sittings by all the members on 25th to 27th February and 4th to 16th March 2025. The first set, 11th, 13th, 25th and 27th March 2025. The second set and 1st and 3rd April, 13th and 29th May, and 3rd June 2025 as per Annex 6, Mr. Speaker. Page 16, Mr. Speaker. Submissions from the honorable members under investigation, Mr. Speaker. He was unable to give satisfactory explanation for his absence. However, from the record, he occasionally attended the sessions at the County Assembly. Honorable Gisesa Nyambega is next. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Ngori initially purported to represent him. However, Honorable Nyambega confirmed to the committee that he had not given such instruction to the advocate. He took out and represented himself. He admitted missing 8 sittings, but alleged that he sought the permission of the Speaker on 4th December 2024 to miss the sittings of 5th and 10th December and delegated his voting rights to Honorable Nyangana, the power he exercised on 19th December 2024 during the elections of Honorable Thaddeus Nyabaro as the Speaker. The committee requested for documentary evidence to support his allegations. However, he failed to produce the same. He admitted hosting the illegal Bunge Mashinani sittings at the Rigoma Ward offices, despite being aware that the same ought to have been deliberated, approved and gazetted by the County Assembly. He alleged that it was beyond his capacity to deny access to the premise, he alleged that it was beyond his capacity to deny access to the premises. He vehemently submitted that he was not the chief architect of the illegal bunge machine. As a lawyer, he was fully aware of the legal requirements for bunge machine to be conducted. Further, he was aware that Honorable Bokeira was impeached and his impeachment was never set aside. He accepted participating in the bunge machine, including passing the supplementary budget at Nyambega Ward, despite knowing that the bunge machine was illegal. As a lawyer and as a leader, he was aware of the provisions of the law on absence and the consequences of such absence. Mr. Speaker, as a leader of the UPA party, he acknowledged championing the interests of the governor, who is a member of the UPA party. He even alluded that he advised the executive to withdraw the appeal filed on the supplementary budget. He also stated that he had given instruction to an advocate to withdraw his statements from Petition 10 of 2025. His closing remarks focus on his personal interests as he sought the lenience of the committee on the basis that he's young, with political ambitions, and trying to make a living from politics. Committee observations from the submissions. As a lawyer, he ought to have guided the members who abandoned their official duties at the county assembly for an illegal bunge machinani, which he participated in as a result of misleading others. 2. As a state officer entrusted a public office, he failed to be accountable for his actions of hosting proceedings of the illegal bunge machinani. 3. As a UPA party leader, he ought to have used his influence as a conveyor belt to bring peace and harmony between the two arms of the government, but also to be the architect of the disputes between the executive and the assembly. 5. He prioritized his political interests over his official duties and conducted himself in a manner that caused a conflict between his personal interests and official duties. 6. He failed to tender documented evidence of his permission for absence from the sittings. 7. The term of office runs from 2022 to 2027. A similar oath was never administered at bunge machinani, hence their workplace never changed to the various venues where they attended while abandoning their duty to sit at the county assembly of Nyamira. Number 2. That the 12 members are state officers expected to be aware of the legal provisions of the law and expected to uphold the Constitution and all other relevant laws. As state officers, they all preach Chapter 6 of the Constitution and the Leadership and Integrity Act. 3. That the members were aware that for a county assembly to conduct the bunge machinani, the same must originate from a motion which is approved by the county assembly and gazetted. However, they opted to abandon the county assembly sittings for a bunge machinani that never followed the due process before being gazetted by an impeached speaker, whose impeachment had not been set aside by a competent court of law. 4. That the members were fully aware of the provisions of the law on attendance of county assembly sittings, the requirement for a written permission from the speaker for absence and the consequences for absence without permission as provided for in Article 75(2)(b) and 1941(c), the Constitution of Kenya, Section 17(c) of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act. In their submission, none had a written approval from the Speaker. 5. That the 12 members alluded they were confused because Bokeira had conservatory orders. However, none supplied the committee with any court order that conserved the position of the former Speaker. The issues that were determined by the court never included permission to be absent from the sittings of the County Assembly. The duty to attend the sittings of the County Assembly is unconditional. It does not depend on who is the Speaker. 6. That the members willfully abandoned their duty to sit at the County Assembly of Nyamira, even after the Senate had given an advisory that they resume duty at the County Assembly of Nyamira, and others, even after the judgment rendered on 4th June 2025, had not reported back to work. 7. That the members' actions amounted to a breach of their privileges and a serious violation of the Constitution of Kenya, Article 70.